Hello out there, welcome to the Redacted Report. I am your host.
Oh, he crushed it. See ya. Oh, into the bleachers. A monster shot by Giancarlo Stanton.
As always, I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location. And today's top story, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the New York Yankees and their midseason report. Now, obviously, if you're following baseball, the Yankees have had a very good first half of the season. Got the best record in baseball by a wide margin. They're 61-24 right now. And the next closest best record, the Astros in the AL West at 55-29. And I believe in the National League, you've got the Dodgers at 55-29. So the Yankees, that's 6 more wins than any other team in the league. It seems like everything's going right for them this year. And we're going to get into all the things that are good. There's a lot of good to talk about. And there are a couple of things that do concern me that we will get to as well. But overall, pretty damn good, obviously. There's not a whole lot to complain about. They're doing well, so let's just get to it. Right. First of all, our lineup is basically murderer's row. We lead the majors in runs scored. We scored 444 runs. 144 of those runs have come via home run. We've got 11 more homers than the next best team at the I believe it's the Atlanta Braves. Yes, 133 home runs. We have 144. Obviously, Aaron Judge leads with 30 home runs, who leads the entire major league. I'll get to Aaron Judge in a minute, but we're doing very well. We don't even have. I mean, we're like 11th in strikeouts, which isn't actually bad because the Yankees, they're going to strike out a lot because they swing a lot. But we only have 707 strikeouts, and that's 11th best in the major leagues. I mean, I'll take that because we've had a lot of strikeout numbers over the years. So we're doing well. Obviously, we're hitting a lot. Our average, we have a 2 as a team. About 14th in the major league, so the 244 team average. That's not too bad. It could be better, obviously. But we score runs at an amazing clip. Most of them come via home run. The lineup is very good. Obviously, Aaron Judge leading the way. You've got, when Stanton's healthy, he's still one of the most dangerous hitters in the league. Rizzo's raking. Hell, Matt Carpenter's been a great addition to the lineup when he's in there. Josh Donaldson, I could take him or leave him, although this past week he's actually shown some life, as has Aaron Hicks with the bat. So if we can get those guys going now, we've got a pretty deep lineup. Yeah, we could use a little more offensive production out of the catcher position, but I mean, when we traded Sanchez, we knew that would probably take a hit, but still, I can't complain too much about the lineup. We're pretty dangerous from 1 to 9. There's a lot of pop in that lineup. And also, we've got our pitching stats. This is where it really is. We have the second best ERA in baseball. Team ERA at 2.97. The Dodgers are best at 2.94. We're one of the top teams in saves. We're tied for second with the Braves with 30 saves and 42 opportunities. That's pretty good. Our pitching staff is really good. Our bullpen is absolutely lights out. We're fifth in the league in total strikeouts. But like I said, our bullpen's great. Our starting pitching has been very good. Obviously, you've got Garrett Cole, who overall has been pretty well. He's not quite the guy he was with Houston, but we knew once he wasn't able to doctor the ball with the spider tack or whatever he was using, it was going to go down a little bit, but he's still pretty effective starter. Severino seems to be finally healthy, and in my opinion, a healthy Luis Severino is our ace. He's better than Garrett Cole, in my opinion. When he's healthy, his stuff is electric, and I love Sevy. And like I said, I'm going to die on the Sevy hill till the end of time. And finally, he looks like hopefully he stays healthy. He's healthy now, pitching well. He's really getting into his groove. We also got Nestor Cortez, who obviously the first 8-9 starts of the year looked like a world beater. That's kind of calmed down a little bit, obviously, but still, Nestor Cortez is a very, very good number 3-4 starter. You can't complain too much about him. Got Jordan Montgomery doing very well. James Taillon pretty good. Obviously, in time, he's 9-2, 3.63 ERA. That's pretty good. Our Our bullpen is lights out. It's absolutely amazing. Like every pitcher in our bullpen is dangerous. With Jonathan Loaiza, hopefully he can come back and get in his groove. We're getting Chapman back. I don't know if he's back yet or if he's coming back soon. I haven't really been able to watch much, and I'm not a big fan of Chapman anyway. I think we're actually a better bullpen without him. I would trade Chapman right now because we don't really need him. Obviously, Holmes is our starter and should be our starter. Michael King is pretty lights out. Our bullpen is the best in baseball, in my opinion. Now, hopefully, come playoff time, our bullpen isn't so overworked that every arm is dead in there. That's something that you worry about with your bullpen being overworked a little bit. So let's hope, maybe because we're so far ahead of everybody else in the American League, we can start giving arms some rest there towards the end. Kind of puts us in a pretty good position to do that. But our starting pitching, very good top to bottom. Cole, 8-2, 3.26 ERA. That's really good. I'll deal with that. Nestor Cortez, 7-3, a 2.74 ERA. Severino, 5-3 with a 3.11 ERA. Severino started again, and like I said, I'll take Severino as the number one starter over Cole or Cortez. And a healthy Severino, I'll take it every day of the week. So, starting pitching is great. Bullpen, lights out. Let's just hope the arms stay fresh come playoff time. And another thing about the playoffs that worry me is the amount of runs that the Yankees score via home run. We basically live and die by the long ball. And in the dog days of summer, that's okay. Balls are just flying out at a great clip. But one thing you got to take into account come playoff time in October, when that weather gets cooler, the air gets thicker, a ball that would have cleared the fence easily in July and August is caught on the warning track for out number 3. So that kind of worries me a little bit because we are so dependent on the long ball, it seems. It's sort of like a basketball team being solely dependent on the three-pointer. If they're not hitting it, they don't win. We will see. We do have some timely hitting, and we have a lot of other things that we've improved on over the years that will be a huge help in the playoffs if we don't hit as many home runs. And that's basically the difference in this team this year from the previous few years is how much better they are fundamentally. Now, when they did basically the house cleaning of all the coaches and position coaches and assistant coaches on this team, basically everyone except for Boone got rid of everyone and brought in new people. That needed to be done. Now, you can make the argument that Boone needed to go too. I was one of those people who said Boone needed to go, but he didn't. But this team, kudos to the front office and Cashman, they have done an amazing job of hiring the right coaches, the hitting coaches, the pitching coaches. All of the coaches, they have been able to get the right people in there because, look at the basic fundamentals of the team. Our fielding is so much better than it has been in previous years, and the addition of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at shortstop has really helped. That he has provided some massively great stability in the infield. He's great with the glove. He's a better hitter than people give him credit for. He's great. He got some pop for a guy at the bottom of the lineup. He's not going to hit any home runs, but he's the kind of guy who's going to get on base, have quality at bats, and he can run the bases. I think he has been one of the best offseason acquisitions by any team in the major leagues. Just for his fielding, his ability to get on base, just the energy that he brings to the team. We kind of needed a guy like that now that we don't have Brett Gardner anymore. He was the kind of guy who was able to bring that kind of energy, and Kiner-Falefa seems to be able to do that in the same way. And he has bought us some time so we can get we got a couple shortstops, obviously, in the minor leagues coming up. They're both potential superstars, but we don't have to rush them up before they're ready. We got Kiner-Falefa for, a year or two at least. Keep him around. He is more than capable of holding down that position until one of the other guys are ready or we trade one of the other guys. So I am a big fan of Kiner-Falefa. I think he is a very, very great addition. And he has, like I said, provided stability in the infield. But our fielding as a team is just better. The fundamentals are there. Same with our base running. We're smarter running the bases. Fundamentally sound base running. These coaches have really done a good job of coaching these players. The hitting coaches, we're not striking out as much. We're having more quality at bats. I'm seeing less this year. We've had an issue the last few years with a lot of looking at strikes and swinging at balls. A lot of bad strikeouts. I'm not seeing that as much this year. Our strikeout numbers are down a little bit. Our home run numbers are up. We're just doing a good job, top to bottom, of not giving away any at bats. We're having quality at bats. Fouling the ball off, taking pitches, having a good eye at the plate. And if you have good quality at bats, that obviously increases the chances of the opposing pitcher making a mistake, leaving a hanging breaking ball up there in the zone, and then guys like Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton will hit that thing a mile. And buddy, Aaron Judge right now is obviously the best player on this team. Him turning down that extension, like a lot of people didn't agree with that because he turned down a lot of money. He bet on himself, and right now, it's looking like a pretty safe bet. He's done if you've watched my last video, why I think they should trade Aaron Judge, I will. If you want to know my thoughts on Aaron Judge, go watch that video. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to go too in depth on it, but I'm still not 100% sure Aaron Judge even wants to re-sign with the Yankees right now. So I don't know if he will, and if he does, he's going to get a lot more money than he probably should because he is making himself a lot of money. But like I said, hitting 284, 30 homers, and only 65 RBIs with 30 homers, though. You'd think we've got 30 home runs would have around 80 RBIs. So his RBI numbers are not as high as you would think, but, still, he's got a lot of pop in his bat, got clutch hits. Anthony Rizzo, he's hitting 226. Average isn't so great, but he's got 22 home runs, 54 RBIs. Rizzo really looks way more comfortable at the plate than he did last year. I guess he said that he's in the best shape of his life. He really dedicated himself. It's showing. He was pretty decent last year, but you could tell he wasn't 100% comfortable under the bright lights of New York. Which surprised me a little bit because he came from Chicago. That's a pretty big market too. There's a lot of eyes there, but New York is a different animal, and a lot of people they cannot perform up to their full potential in that situation. And sometimes last year it looked like Rizzo was having some issues, but this year he looks way more comfortable, way better. He's having a damn good season. Kind of under the radar because of Aaron Judge, and of course we got Giancarlo Stanton, who's doing his thing. He's got 21 home runs, 54 RBIs. He's only hitting 232. He's been in a bit of a slump lately, but still, a healthy Giancarlo Stanton at the plate is still one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. And you see the way he swings the bat; it looks almost effortless. It looks like he's swinging a wiffle ball bat or something, and he hits a ball 450 plus feet like it's nothing. Giancarlo Stanton, when he's healthy, still one of the most dangerous hitters in the league. And if you make a mistake, he'll make you pay. We've got a hell of a lineup. Like I said, Carpenter has provided some pop there, kind of resurrected his career. Donaldson, he's kind of coming back a little bit. Gallo is basically a home run or a strikeout, let's be honest. But he's got 92 strikeouts, which leads the team, but he's also tied with the team lead with strikeouts with Aaron Judge. So Aaron Judge has struck out 92 times this year. He needs to cut that number down. But Joey Gallo, he's only hitting 166 of 10 home runs. Much like Josh Donaldson, I can take him or leave him, but if he gets hot, he can be a dangerous hitter down the stretch. LeMahieu, he's doing LeMahieu things. I like him. He's scrappy. He's obviously a very important guy to have because he can basically play any position in the infield. He could probably play some outfield in a pinch. So I love LeMahieu. He's not hitting like he was. He's hitting 264, but like I said, his versatility is where he is most beneficial to us. Aaron Hicks, he's starting to get more comfortable in there again. If Aaron Hicks can play, I like Aaron Hicks. I think when he is healthy and playing to his full potential, almost like a poor man's Bernie Williams. Now, don't read into that as me saying he's Bernie Williams or he's like Bernie Williams. There's only one Bernie Williams, but kind of reminds me of a poor man's Bernie Williams when he's on his game. But sometimes he's a little inconsistent. But if he can right the ship too, Hicks is a great guy. like I said, we've got Jose Trevino and Kyle Higashioka. Neither one of them have really been lighting it up. Trevino is better than Higashioka. I would like to see Trevino get more of the game started. I mean, he's got 10 home runs, hitting 255, and only 57 games played. Higashioka's played 45 games, and he's hitting 177 with 7 homers. Trevino is looking like the better catcher, at least offensively. Higashioka is still a pretty good guy. I'm pretty sure he still catches for Garrett Cole. So he's Garrett Cole's catcher of choice, but I think Trevino, I think is a better overall catcher right now than Higashioka. But, we had to get rid of Sanchez, so we knew we were probably going to take an offensive hit, which I don't know Sanchez's numbers, but I would dare say that they're not much. If they're better than Trevino's numbers, they're not by much. And Trevino is a way better defensive catcher than Sanchez was. So I don't really miss Sanchez. You want some more pop out of the catcher position, but I don't miss him. But overall, I don't have a whole lot to complain about here. There's, like I said, the number of runs, the amount of runs we score on home runs is concerning for when the weather starts getting colder and that ball doesn't fly as well. But hopefully, with the fact that we're smarter base runners, better fielders, having more quality at bats, not striking out as much, not swinging at bad pitches as much, we can play a little more small ball come October, because we're going to make the playoffs. I mean, we could play 500 ball the rest of the season and win win close to 100 games. So we're going to the playoffs regardless. So just hopefully we can keep that momentum going in the postseason and bring another World Series to New York. Obviously, we've got the pitching to do it. I think our pitching is deeper than it has been in a very long time, especially our rotation. Like I said, we got Cole and Severino, who are your frontline starters. Nestor Cortez, who's obviously come back down to earth after his first couple of months of the season, but still a very effective number 3, number 4 starter. Jordan Montgomery's got good stuff. Jameson Towns got good stuff. That's a hell of a rotation right there. And, of course, our bullpen top to bottom is just the best bullpen in baseball, and it's deep, which is good. I like the fact that our bullpen is deep, and we've got a couple of good pitchers there on the in AAA ready to come up. I think Luis Hill will be a very good guy when he's brought up in the bullpen. I think I'm liking what I'm seeing from this team. I really am. Like I said, not a whole lot of negative. Nothing really negative per se. Just some things that concern me going forward. Obviously, the home runs. Hopefully, the bullpen come October isn't overworked and tired. But this bullpen is as deep as it's been, so I think we will have a better opportunity to keep the arms fresh going forward. So it's going to be a hell of a season. The Red Sox obviously started off rough, but they've righted the ship, so that's going to be a hell of a pennant race. And of course, you got Toronto and Tampa. They're very good, and they're kind of lying in the weeds. And if any one of those teams gets hot for a month, then they can close the gap pretty quick. So it's going to be, the AL East is going to be interesting. We're 15 games ahead of Boston right now, but we still have to be on our game, because like I said, all it takes is one good month from them and one so-so month from us, and bam, that's a pennant race again. But having a 15-game lead going into the All-Star break, we're close to the All-Star break anyway. We're a little more than halfway. What have we played? 85 games? So really, that's 4 games past the halfway point. We're 61 wins. And I mean, if we play, how many games are left? What do we got left? What? I can't even do math anymore. 85 games. That's what. We got about 66 games left? No, 70. It's about 76 games left. If we win 35 of those, we're gonna win upwards of 90 games minimum. We're probably gonna win 100 anywhere from 100 to 103 games. That's what I'll predict. But it's a good start, great lead in the division. But don't want to rest, because the Red Sox, if they get hot, especially their pitching staff's getting healthy, Chris Sale's coming back. Evaldi's going to be coming on. The Red Sox, if they get hot and the Yankees kind of falter a little bit, 15 games seems like a pretty tall order, but I mean, the Rays themselves are only 15 and a half out. There's only a game and a half separating the Red Sox, Rays, and Blue Jays in the division. Hell, even the Orioles are 19 games out. They're not going to do anything now. Like I said, 15 games. That's a very, very tough hill to climb. But if anyone can do it, it's the Red Sox. It seems like sometimes they got a horseshoe up their ass. And if the Yankees, if they have a bad month, Yankees have a good, and the Red Sox have a good month, bam. They can close it. They can close it out. You never know what's going to happen after the All-Star break. All it takes is one little crack in the armor, and it could turn into a race very quickly. But so far, I'm very happy with what they're doing. They've done an amazing job. Pitching's great. The hitting is better. The fielding and base running, just the fundamentally sound way they're playing baseball right now. It just gives me a lot to look forward to going forward. So kudos to Cashman in the front office for cleaning house, to the coaching staff for bringing in good coaches to help basically change the dynamic and the attitude of this team. They're doing well. The farm system is looking good. The Yankees got a pretty bright future, and right now they got a pretty damn good present too. So looking forward to the last part of the season. We just gotta, keep the eye on the prize, keep plugging away, and keep swinging the bats, and keep hurling the fastballs. But it's going to be a great second half of the season. Looking forward to it. Obviously, the Red Sox are not out of it yet, and if they make the playoffs, anything can happen. So that's the way I see it. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I thank you for watching. And I hope you join me next time on the Redacted Report. Take care.